We are welcome back to our class. Um, like I always say, you can always help to support our channel, and one of the ways you can do that is to like our channel, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bar for more live updates. It helps you to stay in tune with every video in accounting that we upload any time of the day that we make those uploads. It helps you to have first-hand access to those videos. So based on a request from one of our viewers to help simplify the trading profit and loss in a way that it will be very easy and very understandable for them to be able to process how to enter a trading profit and loss account. Now, if you're entering into a trading profit and loss account, the first thing is for you to understand what a trading profit and loss account. It is the final account of a sole trader that helps a trader to have understanding if he or she is making profit or loss within a business over a given period of time. Basically, it can be annually. And the aim of trading account is more or less like two accounts that is put into one. The major aim of the trading account is to ascertain the gross profit of a business over a given period of time, and then the profit and loss is to ascertain the net profit or the net loss over a given period of time. Now, what I'm going to do in this class is basically trying to teach you how to post into the trading profit and loss account from the scratch, meaning that as a beginner you will have full understanding and full knowledge into postings into the trading profit and loss account. You will not have any issues having understanding on how to post, be it a beginner, expatriate level, whatever level you are. Once you watch this video, it will be very easy for you to understand going forward. Now, like I always say, like I said earlier, as we proceed, try to like our videos, subscribe to our channel, turn on notification bar for more updates, and you can also help us to share our videos with other persons that you know are in need of this knowledge. Once you are able to help us share this video, you're also helping us to promote our channel. So thank you for helping us to share this video to other persons, and remember to tell them to like the videos and subscribe to the channel, because we have lots of videos on accounting that will help them get in tune and bring them up to full speed and knowledge in accounting. Now, as you can see, I have two lines here drawn, 2T format drawn on the posting. But this first format, I'm going to teach on the format. What are those things that must be in a trading account? What are those things that must be in a trading account? Now, let me say I'm using my T format. We understand? Now, using my T format, in every trading profit and loss account, one of the things that is paramount, that is very important for you to know as an accounting student, always put the heading of the account. Now, in this question, it says ABC Limited started business with an opening stock of 38,400. Now, we know that the owner of this business is ABC Limited. So we have the heading here, ABC Limited. And then what account are we preparing? We are preparing a trading profit and loss account, which is what is also beneath the name of the organization. And then we are preparing it for the year ended 31st/12/2020, because we have that at the stock 31st/12/2020, which is our closing stock. So the first thing, this is our credit side. We have our sales. Let me start from here. You have sales. Now, once you have your sales, say we have XX for our sales, there are only two items that are up here under the trading account. You have your sales, and then you have your return inwards. Return inwards, or sales return, are those goods that after you sold it to your customers, maybe they did not meet up to the standard, or maybe the goods were bad after purchase have taken place, and or maybe it wasn't actually the item that they wanted that you sold to them, or maybe you sold the wrong type of goods that they wanted. Take for example, somebody wanted Viva detergent, and then you sold Ariel detergent to the person. The person returns it and says, it is not Ariel that I wanted, it is Viva detergent. Now, once the person does that, what you're going to do is called sales return, or return inwards back to the trader. Now, when you are preparing any account, one of the best things you can do to make it easier for you is to see yourself as the trader. See yourself as a trader. You are selling to persons, you are selling to customers. So when we say return inwards, it actually means you, the trader, you sold goods to the customers and they are returning it back to you. Do we understand? So your return inwards or sales return. Let's use return inwards. Remember I said it can also be sales return. Now when, let's say if you sold an item for 10,000 and one of the items was bad, that was valued at 2,000. If they return that goods back to you, would you still say you made sales of 10,000? No. If that item is 1,000, you will subtract it and give them back their money. So that means that return inwards actually reduces the value of sales that we have over a given period of time. So what do? You just have to subtract your return inwards from your sales. So in accounting, when we are doing subtraction, we don't have those signs that you have in mathematics, where you have your addition signs, your subtraction signs. No. Any sum that you see like this, and we rule a line, and you see the total here, it means they added it. But anything you see in brackets, it means it is subtraction. So if we subtract that, we now have this, meaning on trading account, we are done on the credit side. Then let's come to the debit side. The first thing you always have on the debit side is opening stock. So I have XX on opening stock. Now, opening stock is the value of goods that you have in your shop. Say a trader, say you sold goods, 10 textbooks, and you have 5 textbooks more, and each textbook costs 1,000 naira. You are starting business with that 5 textbooks, meaning that the total cost of those 5 textbooks is 5,000 naira. So that is your opening stock, meaning opening stock is 5,000 naira, which is the XX. Now, say as a trader, you want to improve on your sales because of the demand that you have on a particular product. You go to the market to buy more from your suppliers or from the wholesalers. Now, when we do that, what happens is that we have purchases. So we add our purchases here. You add it to your opening stock. Now, one more thing that we are going to add is carriage. Carriage inwards. We have 2 types of carriage. We have the carriage inwards and you have carriage outwards. Carriage inwards is the cost you incur in carrying these goods from where you bought it to your shop. Now, some persons go into the market to buy products, say they sell provisions. Now, as they are in the market, deep down the market, they bought tomatoes, bags of tomatoes, bag of onion, and their cars are parked by the roadside. There is no way for them to carry those goods on their head. So what will they do? They will employ the service of wheelbarrow pushers, those persons that aid in conveying goods from one point to another in the market using wheelbarrow. Now, when you give them your goods, they put it in the wheelbarrow, they will carry it to the car. You will pay them maybe 100 naira or 200 naira. When you give them that amount of money, it is called carriage inwards. The amount of money you use in conveying your goods from where you bought it to where you need them to be. Carriage outwards has to do with what you spend in after sales service. After sales has taken place, you can decide to spend money in helping your customers carry their goods to their home. You can pay for the bike fare to take it to their home. It can also be after sales service, carriage outwards. But what we need here is carriage inwards because it comes along with purchases. Carriage inwards. XX. Then we add. Once we add, we have XX. Now, mind you, Now we have this, I'm giving you a comprehensive format of a trading profit and loss. Meaning there are some questions you will have that you will not have carriage inwards in the question. What will happen if you come across questions where there is no carriage inwards? Remove it, you don't need it. If there is no purchases, remove it, you don't need it. Do we understand? You just move to the next item. So it is not a must that a business must start with opening stock. You might not have opening stock, but you can start with purchases. So in a situation where there is no opening stock and there are purchases, we start with purchases and leave the opening stock. Do we understand? Now, once we've gotten to this place, because we purchase and anytime you buy, if by the time you get to your shop, you've discovered that some goods are not good and they do not meet the required standard, what do? You return it back to the supplier. Now, any goods you return back to the supplier is called return outwards. Return outwards or purchases return, meaning we are returning it back to the supplier. So we put it here, return outwards. And I said you subtract. Anything you are subtracting, what do? Put it in bracket. Good. Great, you are catching up now. So once we subtract, we have this. Once we have this, this is cost of goods available for sale, meaning the cost of goods you have in your shop that you can sell. Once we've gotten to this place, we have 2 more stops to round up our trading account. You less your closing stock. Now, in some questions, they will actually tell you it is closing stock. In other questions, they will not tell you it is closing stock. You will have to differentiate between opening stock and closing stock with the date. With the date. Now, say we have 1st 2020 and we have 31st 12 2020. Now, this means that this is the 1st of January 2020, meaning it is the 1st of the year. This is 31st 12 2020, which is 31st December 2020, meaning it is the last day of the year. So when you see stock and you see a date like this, stock and a date like this, meaning this is the opening stock and this is the closing stock. Do we understand? Now, once we subtract our closing stock from cost of goods available for sale, the next thing we have is cost of goods sold, meaning that the amount of goods you sold in a day or in a year. Do we understand? This is the amount of goods you sold. Now, mind you, we have opening sales here. If this is the actual value you sold the goods and this is the actual cost price of the goods. Remember in mathematics, we say profit is what? Selling price minus cost price. So in this instance, this is the cost price of the goods, which is cost of goods sold, and this is actually the amount you sold it, which is selling price. Now, to determine if we made profit or loss, once this sales is higher than the cost of goods sold, it means you made profit. And in most cases, you will always make profit because the aim of every business is to do what? Is to make profit, to maximize profit. So businesses are set up in order for them to make profit. What do? We subtract this from this. So once we remove it, what we will have is called gross profit. Gross profit. When you add gross profit and cost of goods sold, you have what you have here. So remember, cost of goods sold is subtracted from sales here. Then you have the figure you have is called gross profit. You add the two of them together, it must give you this figure. If it did not, it means it's wrong. So I can close my account now, meaning I am done with my trading account. That is all for trading account. Now we proceed to profit and loss account. Gross profit will come to the credit side. Gross profit. Because it is from this profit we'll remove all our expenses in order for we to ascertain the net profit or net loss of the business over that given year. Now, everything, most times you have income, you have receivable. Anything you receive that increases the value of the organization comes into this place under the gross profit. Then everything that you spend comes here. Anything that is an expenses comes under the debit side. Take for instance, your wages is an expenses, salaries is an expenses, electricity is an expenses, traveling expenses is an expenses, general expenses, insurance, depreciation on your fixed asset, whatever fixed asset is an expenses, rent, paying rent is an expenses, giving out discount is an expenses, giving out commission is an expenses. But discount received is here, commission received is here. So let's say, assuming we have commission received, we will add discount received, we will add it here. Let's say you receive rent received, everything you received you add. Do we understand? So meaning everything that increases the value that the business has will come under the credit side. Now everything that is an expenses that reduces our profit, reduces what would have been our profit, will come here. Example, remember I listed, you can give me some. I know you've got it. We have wages and salaries. We have electricity bill. We have insurance. We have rent. Now, in most cases, you will see rent. Once you see rent, just know that it's an expenses, unless it is clearly stated that it is rent received. Then we have discount allowed. That is the one you give to your customers. It's an expenses. We have bad debt. Wonderful. And we explain bad debt in a jiffy. Now, when we talk about bad debt simply means irrecoverable debt. Debt that you can no longer recover. Debt that you can no longer get. So when you get to debt that you cannot recover or get, it is an expenses, you put it here. Do we understand? Then we have maybe traveling expenses. Okay, let me just pick one more because of space and I'll round up there. Carriage outwards. So any expenses incurred in the office is recorded here. Then I'm going to sum this up. Once I sum this up, this can also be my total expenses. Now what will I do? I will subtract it from this. Once I subtract it from that, I will have what I call my net profit. Net profit now is my actual profit in the business. Then I'll add them. Once I add them, it must give me this. So I will close the same line. I've closed. So this is the format for preparing a trading profit and loss account. Do we understand? Now take a second to go through the format. Now mind you, in this place we have a question. We are going to try that question out together. You can be looking at these and then be spotting where all of these will feature while we solve it here. Do we understand? So I'm going to roll my T. Great. Now, we can as well start from this side, which is sales. I have sales, and my sales is 342,000. Now we are looking at this now. What next after sales? Return inwards. Now, if there is no return inwards, we'll leave it like that and proceed. But because there is return inwards, 3,400, I'll put it. Return inwards, 3,400. Now, what do I say? We'll subtract. So I'm subtracting 3,400 from that. So I have 342,000 minus 3,400. That will give me 338,600. So we have 338,600. Now this is the value of the goods we sold. I'm done with this on trading account. Now follow me to the debit side. We said we always start with what? Stock. Now let's look. On the question, it said ABC, ABZ started business with an opening stock of 38,400, meaning this is my opening stock. So I have opening stock 38,400. Do we understand? Now the next thing is what? Purchases. Let's look under our particulars if we have purchase. Sales, purchase, yes, 120,000. So we have purchases 120,000. Great, we are making progress. What's the next thing? Carriage inwards. Do we have carriage inwards there? Yes, 1,500. What do? We are adding them together. So I have my carriage inwards 1,500. Now we are going to add these three together. If we are adding the three together, we have 38,400 plus 120,000 plus 1,500. That will give me 159,900. Now that we've gotten this, the next thing is to confirm if any of the products that we bought, we returned it back to the producer, which is returned outwards. We'll check in the particulars if we have return outwards. Yes, return outwards is valued at 1,690 naira. So return outwards 1,690. Right? Yes, we got that. Then we subtract. So I have 159,900 minus 1,690. That will give me 158,210. Now this becomes what? Cost of goods available for sale, meaning that this is the amount, value of goods that the business has that they can sell over the annual year. So cost of goods available for sale. Sorry for the writing because of space. Cost of goods available for sale. The next thing is to less what? Closing stock. Now we look for our closing stock. We have closing stock here, 52,000. So I have 52,000 in bracket, subtract, minus 52,000. This will give me 106,210. Now this will be cost of goods sold. Cost of goods sold. Now that we've gotten our cost of goods sold, now we are now looking. We are now looking if this cost of goods is less than our sales. Yes, it is less than our sales. So what do? It means that we subtract cost of goods sold from the sales. Subtract from the sales. Now we are going to do 338,600 minus 106,210. That will give me 200. I'll put it there. 232,390. This will become what? My gross profit. Meaning that they made profit gross profit. If we add this together, it must give us that. Let's do it manually. 0 plus 0 is 0. 1 plus 9, 10, 0, move 1. 1 plus 2, 3. 3 plus 3, 6. 6 plus 2, 8. 0 plus 3, 3. 1 plus 2, 3. Now you see that it has brought us back to this place, meaning that we are absolutely spot on. There is no mistake anywhere. Do we understand? Now it's time for me to close. I'll close here with my Z. So this brings it down 338,600. Now I'm done with trading account. We are done with trading account. Now look at moving forward, we are proceeding to profit and loss account. How? Now remember, we said the first thing, your gross profit comes over to the credit side. So we have gross profit carried down or brought forward. 232,390. Now, is there anything we received in the business? Any income? Maybe discount allowed, commission allowed? Do we have any? Yes, we have discount received. Discount received is 1,320. So I have discount received, which is 1,320. I will add 1,320. So this will give me 233,710. That is all there. Then in this part, all expenses will come to the debit side. So under the expenses, carriage outwards. Remember I said it is an expenses. So mind you, carriage outward is an expenses, electricity is an expenses, insurance is an expenses, wages and salaries is an expenses, office maintenance, traveling expenses, general expenses, discount, receipt, and rent. They are all expenses. So I'm going to record them all under the debit side. So let's go. We have carriage outward, which is 1,000. We have electricity. Electricity is 13,000. And then I have insurance, 4,000. After insurance, the next thing is wages and salaries, 8,000. Then after wages and salaries, I have office maintenance. Office maintenance is 700. Then I have traveling expenses, 800. Then I have general expenses, 1,020. What else? I have discount received, 1,320. Discount allowed, sorry, not received. Discount received goes to the credit side. So it's discount allowed, which is 800. Discount allowed. Discount allowed 800. Then the next one is rent, 20,000. Now I'm going to sum all of this. This can give me total expenses. I have 1,000 plus 13,000 plus 4,000 plus 8,000 plus 700 plus 800 plus 1,020 naira plus 800 plus 20,000. 20,000. That will give me 49,320. Now guess what we are going to do next. I'll give you a second to guess. Yes, I know you've gotten it. Because our expenses is less than our income, it means we made what? We made net profit. Now, how do we ascertain our net profit? By subtracting our expenses from our income. So I'll have 233,710 minus 49,320. If we do that subtraction, I have 184,390. Now I'm going to add, which is my net profit, meaning the profit they made in this business is 184,390. We are going to add, if we will have this, 0 plus 0 is 0, 2 plus 9, 11, 1 carry 1, 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7. Now I have 9 plus 4 is 13, 3 carry 1, 1 plus 4 is 5, 5 plus 8 is 13, 3 carry 1, 1 plus 1, 2. Did it give us the same thing we have up there? Yes, 233,710. Wonderful. So we close, meaning that we are done with our account. 233,710. So we are done. Remember, when you are done with your account, close with a double line. Close with what? Double line. The double line shows we've come to the end of that particular accounting and solving it. I hope with this format and with the posting, with the question we have on the board, it helps you to understand on how to post into the trading profit and loss account. What we actually do here is to make accounting easy, simple, and simplify it for you to have full understanding. Even as a beginner, amateur, you have good understanding of accounting if you follow our videos. So what do you do for us? Like our videos, subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification button for more live updates, and also help to promote our channel. How? By sharing our videos to other students, other persons that you know are in need of this accounting knowledge. This will help them to be better in accounting and for them not to have any issues in accounting. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for viewing, and thank you to the 1,000 subscribers that we've had over our YouTube channel. A big thank you to everyone. We can do more, we can do better. Let's go do better. Thank you.